you know you can get to a point in life where you're not worried about the state of the economy? And I was talking with a guy yesterday. Um, Look, if you apply yourself, you can pretty much just about achieve what it is you want to achieve in life if you're willing to put in the work, the grind, and the effort. And what I noticed with a lot of people, they don't want to do nothing to change their situation. They want somebody else to change it, or they're hoping they can win the lottery. And you do not manage money well that you did not work for. I'm going to say it again. You do not manage money well for money that you haven't worked for. The average person right now, you can give them $1 million cash, and they're going to find a way to be broke again. And I've learned this myself. You get a lump sum of money, and for instance, I remember getting a good income tax check. This was years ago. I don't get that no more. I got to pay in. I remember getting a good income tax check. I was like, yeah, I'm straight now. And found myself back to square one because I didn't work for it. I remember taking an income tax check. It was like $4,000 or $5,000, and I had paid off a credit card. I said, oh man, I'm straight now. And then what happens? You will slowly find yourself back in those $5,000 of debt. Because what happened, it was money I didn't work for, so I didn't cherish it. I didn't manage it well. And you will have people like that in life, don't manage life well. Like, for instance, this weekend is homecoming weekend. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know homecoming weekend was a thing until about 3-4 years ago. Because, when you go to a certain school, they have what they call homecoming that weekend. But my school, my school do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I believe they do it Sunday too. I'm not really sure how it works. I don't go because it's a waste of time. And there's nothing wrong if you go. But you have to ask yourself, and people prepare for this all year. It's like a big thing. And my siblings even go. I'm the youngest of 4, and I have 3 older sisters. And they go. And look at this. I know the financial state my siblings are in. None of them make $100,000. None of them. Right? Now check this out. And look, what I'm saying with that is, only thing, $100,000 a year don't get you the mansion on the hill. $100,000 a year ensure that all of your bills is paid on time. I didn't say it get you your dream car. I said it make sure your rent is paid, light bill paid, water bill paid, phone bill paid, food on the table every week, and gas in your vehicle. And you get to wear decent clothes. I didn't say you get to go on a vacation. I didn't say you can buy your kids anything you want. In this economy, you need to go ahead and force yourself to make $100,000. That is the only way. That is the only way that you will be okay. Because if you look at the state of this economy, you have a lot of people saying, we're not making enough money, we're struggling. But they want to struggle. They don't care. They want to struggle. What I just told y'all, this is homecoming weekend. We're not working this weekend. This is homecoming weekend. Look how much money was made. Look how much money's going to be made this weekend. But people don't seize the opportunity. This is a prime opportunity. Go get your food truck and sell shrimp po' boys out that thing. People don't see it like that. Man, you're so caught up with money, you need to live. How can I just enjoy one weekend and I know I'm struggling all year? How can I enjoy one weekend when I know I'm struggling all year? How can I enjoy one weekend when I know I'm struggling all year? I was talking to a guy I know. I said, bro, man, right now, the state of the economy, we're not feeling it. And he said, man, you know what, bro? He said, I'm spending $100 right now to gas up, and I ain't even thinking about it. I remember when I first bought this F-250, I used to have to use a credit card to fill it up. I'm gonna say it again. When I first bought this F-250, again, when I buy stuff for my business, I buy it before I need it. So when I bought this F-250, I still could have got away with an F-150. And I remember this truck used to take like 80, at like 80, this gas was a little high. Like right now, gas like $2.50 a gallon. Gas got up to like $3.89. And I remember I was like, man, bro, I gotta swipe a credit card just to fill this thing up. And I remember doing that. And I remember that statement coming in at the end of the month, gas. It's like, man, I can't afford this truck. I don't even think about that no more. I don't think about it. When my kids used to have stuff at school, it's $10, it's $15. I'm like, man, they just ain't gonna have it. Like right now, they got a bunch of, and that's why I say this school system is full of crap. They got a bunch of things going on at my kids' school, like for instance, cheerleading outfits. A cheerleading outfit was like $120, and you get to wear your cheerleading costume every Friday. So my wife my wife ordered the cheerleading color offline. She printed up the logo and screen printed it on. So all three of my daughters got Ocean Springs cheerleading outfits from what my wife made. I didn't have to pay $100, $120 a piece. You do 120 times 3. You do 120 times 3 just for your child to wear the cheerleading outfit on Friday. Also, they got Jersey Day. You can buy you an Ocean Springs jersey. My wife made a custom jersey with all my daughters' names on it. About 4 years ago, man, I couldn't do none of that. Oh no, man, I ain't about to spend no. I bought all three of my daughters' cowboy boots. That ran me like $160. Ain't no real boots. It's just some boots off Amazon. It's $160. 3-4 years ago, I ain't buying. They just ain't gonna have they ain't gonna have cowboy boot day, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is, you can put yourself in position if you want to. If you want to. And I was talking with a guy. I said, bro, we got the recipe to not make under $150,000 a year. I said, bro, we got the recipe to not make under $150,000 a year. And we could just keep going up from here. And again, that don't get you a house on the hill. That just gets you, my bills paid every month. You know how many people can't say, my bills paid every month? And look, I like to keep it real on this channel. I got a client right now that is 2 payments behind on getting their property maintained. They was 4 payments behind, but they made 2 payments the other day. I know what you're thinking, man, bro, why you let it get that out of hand? What happened is this person is trying to sell their home, and they already told me. I said, look, Mr. Gibson, I got my house is supposed to sell on this day, so if you can just keep maintaining the property, as soon as I get paid from the house, I'll pay you. Well, that date fell through, so I stopped showing up, flipping. And then they reached out to me yesterday because they were supposed to get a cut last week, and I skipped it. I said, man, no. Because I looked and seen your car has been washed, and I'm pretty sure you went and bought groceries or something. See, you can't be nice in this business. You just got to be straight up, straightforward. You ain't got no money, I ain't coming. You say, hey, we still on your schedule? You know, I know we still owe you some money, blah, blah, blah. I get a check this Friday, blah, 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 and I'm gonna pay one of those payments, blah, blah, blah. I said, I got you on the schedule for next week. Again, they're supposed to get cut last week. But then they text me at 6 a.m. Is any chance you can come today? We have a showing. No, I can't come today. No. You need to make $100,000 in order to make sure all your bills are paid. That is what you need to do. And a lot of people, they don't understand that. And they would get upset at you for understanding that. I understand I'm losing money cutting your property and you can't afford lawn care. Man, that's mean, bro. That's mean. That's what it is. If I work for poor people, I will become poor. So, bro, you saying they poor? I'm saying they can't afford lawn care. My wife said, why you always say poor people? I said, we're poor. I'm poor. I understand there's some things in life I just cannot afford. I understand that. I understand there are things in this world I can't afford. I cannot afford to take all my kids to Disney World. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen as long as my children are gonna have to say, but make sure my kids get to Disney World because daddy never took us. My children will have to say that because daddy is not taking you to Disney World. Daddy can't afford it. I can't afford it. I know there will not be a point in my life where I can afford a $110,000 F-250. Guy told me he just bought an F-350, $110,000. I understand Micah Gibson will never be able to afford that. Right, number like $14.25 a month. I understand Micah Gibson there will never be a time in my life where I can afford to pay $1,400 for a truck. I'd rather go finance some land for that, and I could turn around and sell later on in life. That $110,000 truck in 5 years ain't even gonna be worth $70,000. There's no way I'm fixing to throw money away like that. I told y'all, when I go finance vehicles, they're 10 years old. If I needed a new truck today, I'd be looking for a 2016. Well, I'm making a little more money now, so I get a 5-year-old vehicle. So we in 2025, I'd be looking for a 2020, maybe a 2019. You do not want to squander your gift. There's two things you don't want to waste. Your youth and your money. You don't waste money and you don't waste your youth. I was talking with a guy today. He's 61. He's retired. Live a good life. He said, man, you got time on your side. And honestly, man, I'm 36. I don't have that much time. I'm starting to feel it. The way I work now, I'm starting to feel it. I feel it now. I'm starting to feel a lot of this stuff the way I work. I'm starting to feel a lot of it. Oh, man. Just think about that, man. You don't get your youth back or your time.